Seriously Focused Johnnie, SF Johnnie, Difficult People Chronicles. I am your host. Today's episode is called Getting in Your Head. I originally called this episode Getting in Your Mind. I have no idea why, because I just don't know. Sometime last week, I spoke to a client, and one of the things that I said to her that I had to write it down, I said she was complaining about a lot of things. But one of the things I said to her is that if you continue to let people get in your head, you might as well hand over your paycheck. And she was like, huh? The reason why I said that is because a lot of times we allow people, managers, bosses, friends, family, even lovers, to say certain things being either jealous or just controlling or just a hater. And they say certain things, and what it does is you allow that person to get in your head and it stops you from moving forward. And that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Why? Because then when that person either steals your idea or does something to humiliate or embarrass you, you can't blame anybody but yourself. And then you start looking back at why did you listen to that person, or that person was deceiving. If you allow people to get in your head, you might as well hand over your paycheck. And that's when it comes to like you making moves. You know how many people I came across? Okay, here's a situation. You know me and my stories. So before the podcast, I had a lot of friends. Called me all the time and everything else like that. And now it's like they're giving me the evil eye, catching attitudes, always having an attitude. So I don't really know what it's about. I don't ask, and I'm not letting them stop my show. There was a situation where someone said something to me to piss me off. And I felt like at that point, if it was the old me, old me, like way back when, I would have probably dropped the whole project and never moved forward with certain things. But I turned around and I asked them, what do you mean by that? And they came up with some stupid story. And then I found out sometime after that they trying to do the same thing I do. But my thing is, do you? I'm not trying to be you. Everybody has a lane. Everybody has a purpose in this life. Some people choose to work on their purpose, and some people don't. Some people try to work on other people's purpose, meaning that they trying to take other people's identity or be who they are not. But that doesn't give you the right to disrespect me. I had to look at the person like, what you trying to come for me for? It's like 1 minute we were cool, and the next minute now you looking at me side eye. And it's this evil eye that person gave me and didn't even realize they was looking at me with this evil eye. I asked them, what you looking at me like that for? Had I allowed him to get in my head where, and when I say get in your head, where you get upset, you start talking about it all crazy, you start getting depressed, you start thinking about way back in the days when y'all were cool and, went out for drinks after work and talked about certain things in life, and they appear to be your cheerleader, and you start thinking about that, and then you realize they really was never your cheerleader, never a supporter, never wanted to see you win, you start to get stuck. And I had a podcast episode talking about people who get stuck. Yeah, you start to get stuck and you don't move forward. A lot of times, if a person is competing against you, you are allowing them to move forward. So they're going to get you stuck just so they can run past the finish line. And you know what's on the other side of that finish line? Your paycheck. So a lot of times you got to just trip the enemy. Trip the enemy. Not today, Satan. Not ever. Keep that little phony attitude over there behind the line somewhere. Because I'm not going to allow you to mess up my state of mind. And as for my client, I had to tell her that. I said, so you allowed this person to get in your head. You got stuck. You never moved forward. And then you saw this person doing what you always wanted to do. That was their whole intention behind everything. You let that person get in your head and walk away with your check. I said, but it's never too late. You can still put your foot forward. Just don't think in the process. Do not think about what that person did. Don't look back at the past. Don't look at the person. Don't look at nobody else. I said, heal, move forward, and do you. Because if you start looking at the other person, you start looking at your past, you start looking at the other people beside you and not moving forward, you're going to start getting mad. And why? Because they're going to be going further in life than you. And to you, it's going to be you competing against them. So don't pay attention to other people. Do what you got to do and move forward. And that's what I say to you all. Stop allowing people to get in your head and steal your paycheck, because you might as well give it over if that's going to be the case. If you find a person is negative energy coming around you, keep your mouth quiet. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Move in silence and push forward. So that's it for today. For one-on-one group sessions, the link is under the summary. For suggested topics, email me. Check out my store. All the links is under the summary. Have a blessed week. Love me more and I love you more. Later.